Hey everyone, Emma here, also known as 8vinyllow, bringing you all another video. Today's video is going to be a contest entry into Mazzy's 50th Whack-A-Mole contest. For those of you who are not familiar with Mazzy, Norman Maslow, his channel, I'm going to link his description down below. Definitely recommend, if you do not know Mazzy, you need to familiarize yourself with Mazzy. He has an amazing channel. He's so knowledgeable. He's snarky. He loves snarky, but he knows his stuff. He has a huge Cheap Trick box set in the corner of his room, which I stare at all the time. It's beautiful. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Mazzy, which I'm sure most of you are, but if you're not, go check him out. I'll link it down in the description below. So, for his 50th Whack-A-Mole contest, for those of you who are not too familiar with the concept of Whack-A-Mole, basically it's Mazzy's head baby that he created. He has a huge record room and he also has a huge CD collection, just depends whether he's doing CDs or records, and he picks 5 random albums and then he talks about them. And he is so knowledgeable, he has probably thousands upon thousands upon thousands of records and CDs, and he's so knowledgeable about this stuff that picking 5 random records, he could talk about them on and on and on, and he just has all this knowledge and information. So it's so fun to watch. I really enjoy his content. He's an awesome just person in general, so like I said, go check him out if you haven't. But basically, that's what Whack-A-Mole is. It's that concept of just randomly picking albums out and then talking about them. So, I don't have the knowledge that he has or the information, so this is going to be my attempt at a Whack-A-Mole. Basically, I'm just doing this to support him and his channel. But yeah, so in terms of knowledge and information, I don't have all of that. So I'm just going to attempt to talk about what I know, and hopefully I don't get records that are completely out of thin air that I'm not too familiar with, because there are some albums that I've picked up in lots or collections or thrift stores that I haven't gotten around listening to and researching yet. So there might be some albums that I'm not a whole lot of familiar with, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one record from my Cheap Trick collection bin that's in its own separate crate behind here, so that I can talk and sound informative. So that's how this is gonna go. 5 random records. As you can see, I have a random setup behind here. There are still records that I am cleaning and inputting into Discogs, and that's a whole other story for a different day. So anyway, so I'm just gonna pick random records. We'll see how this goes. I'll pick from random places, try to keep it as random and into the concept of Whack-A-Mole as I can. So I'm gonna look this way and we'll see what we get. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's do this one. And we'll do this one. And we'll do this one, and I think this is 4. This one, and for my Cheap Trick, this one. Okay, done. So let's get started. Let's see what I picked. I have no idea. Okay. So out of my Cheap Trick collection, we have the classic record from 1979. This is Cheap Trick's Dream Please. I'll show you the label if you want to see it. But probably one of their best records. It's definitely a favorite that people have. This might be their favorite Cheap Trick record. It's not mine. It's probably in my top 3. This might be number 3 for me. My favorite's Cheap Trick self-titled from 1977, their debut. Next one's probably Heaven Tonight, and then this is probably right after Heaven Tonight. So, I show and talk about this album all the time. Great record. Bunny Carlos, his drum work on this album is probably his best in my opinion out of all the records that he is on. So, great record. They end with Gonna Raise Hell, I believe. That's their last track. Oh, Need Your Love. That's right. Need Your Love. Their last track on side B is Need Your Love. What an ending, what an incredible song, what an incredible record. So, Dream Please, Cheap Trick. If you don't have it, you need it. All right, next random record here. Oh, this is very cool. Winwood and Friends, Steve Winwood. This is a compilation album. It has Eric Clapton and the Yardbirds, Jeff Beck, Ginger Baker, and so on and so forth. As you can see, it's definitely kind of a British blues compilation album. I picked this up at a record show in Chicago, the Chicagoland area, probably almost close to a year ago now. I haven't listened to it yet, which actually I might put aside to listen to, but as you know, if you have been watching me, I love my British blues. So definitely a compilation album that stood out to me. In terms of track list, I'm trying to see, take this out. Yeah, definitely some, let's see. So they have the John Lee Hooker cover on here. Jeff's Blues by Jeff Beck on side B. Too Much Monkey Business, Clapton and the Yardbirds doing the Chuck Berry. So yeah, incredible kind of British blues compilation, or a take on blues music by British musicians. So very excited to listen to that, and I'm actually happy that I pulled this out. So interesting take. I'm gonna put that on the side there. All right, number 3, we have Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Do I need to say more? This is a lucky pick because I knew what it was. So fantastic album. I actually picked this particular album up at my local Goodwill for $1. So, and it was in extremely nice condition. So great record. I also have the Half Speed remastered that I picked up for $3 at a garage sale. So I have 2 copies. The Half Speed is so good to listen to, so yeah, but great Pink Floyd. All right, next we have the Feelies, Crazy Rhythms. Again, an album that I got probably August or September that I haven't listened to yet either. Very popular record that I see all the time. I can't talk too much on this, and I know probably most of you could, but I haven't listened to it yet. So I can't really talk too much about this. So I apologize, but like I said, I'm gonna actually put this aside to to listen to, so yeah. But I see this quite often on Instagram and in the VC, so I'm sure it is really good. All right, this is fitting. Last but not least, number 5, we have the Beatles. First live recordings in Germany, 1962, Volume 1. As you can see, I'm wearing the Beatles shirt. Actually, my boyfriend's brother, he went to England recently and went to Liverpool and went to the Beatles Museum and the Cavern, and he brought back this shirt for me, so it's super cool. I'm wearing it, though, because if you know Mazzy, he's the Beatles guy. Biggest Beatles fan I know, loves them. So this is quite fitting, a quite fitting end to this contest video. Need I say more? Probably not. But I picked this up at a estate sale or garage sale, I believe, for a couple bucks, so good stuff. I also have Volume 2, which I believe is a black cover. So, very, very cool. All right, well, that'll do it. Showed some Beatles, which was fitting. Showed some Cheap Trick, which is also fitting. British blues, which fits in this channel too. And then some cool other records like the Feelies and Pink Floyd. So that'll do it for this video. Again, congratulations, Mazzy, on reaching 50 whack-a-moles and beyond. Emma loves you. That's all I have for this video. I will see you all for my next. Bye, guys.